Hello, in this final video I will be covering the Texas Education Standard, the last one, the sixth one. And the sixth one is over professional practices and responsibilities. And this standard is defined as teachers consistently hold themselves to a high standard for individual development, pursue leadership opportunities, collaborate with other educational professionals, communicate regularly with stakeholders, maintain professional relationships, comply with all campus and school district policies, and conduct themselves ethically and with integrity. So the gist of Standard 6 is teacher ethics and professional development. And this is perhaps the standard that I've grown the most in because I'm not a teacher up until this point, and now all of a sudden I am pretty much almost a teacher. I'm a clinical teacher, and so it's easy to really see my growth as I'm developing very rapidly as an educator. So I'd like to just look at the very first one under Section A. Teachers reflect on their teaching practice to improve their instructional effectiveness and engage in continuous professional learning to gain knowledge and skills and refine professional judgment. So I'm going to look at the three subsections of A. The first one says teachers reflect on their own strengths and professional learning needs, using this information to develop action plans for improvement. This is something I've done the whole time, as I'm expected to as a clinical teacher, is to reflect, to understand, and to move forward, to learn new things, to try new things, and to see what teachers do in the real world. And I'm going to start off with my artifact in this video. My artifact is my very first reflection from the first week of my student teaching. And this demonstrates my understanding at that time of I need to constantly reflect to improve myself, and that I'm required to as a clinical teacher, but it's something I need to continue on as an educator. And it just really shows my growing. I'm going to actually read the very last paragraph I wrote on this very first reflection. I am very grateful for my mentor teacher to model such excellent strategies for me to observe. I know being observant to student success will be an area I need to improve over the course of the semester, as well as when I become a teacher. I will be able to do this by observing student behavior, questioning students over content, and having students participate in activities that check understanding. So this is me reflecting on just 1 week's worth of understanding how teachers need to constantly check for understanding via questioning, via formal assessments, informal assessments, whatever is available to the teacher. A teacher is not simply there to stand in front of a classroom. A teacher is there for the students and to understand the students come first. And so each week I've reflected on different aspects of teaching, and it's something I need to continue on when I do become a full-time educator. And that's just something I've developed and grown in. It's become kind of a habit now at this point, and it's something I'm going to continue to do as a future educator. Alright, looking at the second point, teachers establish and strive to achieve professional goals to strengthen their instructional effectiveness and better meet students' needs. Something else I've grown in is understanding and making goals as a teacher. My teacher shared her goals with me at the beginning of the year, and I've striven to abide by her goals and to help her reach her goals in her classroom. I know the schools have goals, the state has goals, the nation has goals, and so it's important as a teacher that you're meeting the goals put out by those over you, as well as your own specific goals. And so developing goals is something I'm going to continue to grow in and understand, learn how to set a goal and how to achieve a goal, and how to maybe redefine a goal if it's not a good goal to begin with. And so that's something I'm looking forward to learning in the future as well. And the last point is teachers engage in relevant target professional learning opportunities that align with their professional growth goals and their students' academic and social emotional needs. My mentor teacher, Miss Nick, as well as the other history teachers, have constantly gone to all sorts of trainings over the semester. They've been gone many days to Region 7, to conferences. One was in Dallas. Uh, all sorts of things where they come back and share with me what they learn, how they new things they can implement into the classroom. And so I've begun to understand and grow, and I now see the importance of continual teacher growth and to go to these conferences to be a part of them. And it's not necessarily a waste of time to get out of the classroom. And I actually got to partake in one professional growth opportunity provided at the school. The teachers were required to go as part of the district, and so I went with my teacher, and someone from Region 7 came down and taught us about the TEACS resource system that was put into place that helps provide this new scope and sequence for the teachers and how they're going to implement that in the classroom. I got to go and be part of that meeting, learn how that structure, how this program, how this all works together. I got to be part of that with the teachers, and so I learned something totally new, totally valuable, a lot of growth, just getting to be a part of that, doing something with my teacher, and learning how these professional development sessions go that the school district provides for you, as well as outside, the importance of outside help as well provided by the state. And so this section over development is something that will be very important to me going forward. Because I still need a lot of developments. Even master teachers can continually learn new things. And so me as a new educator, I definitely have a lot to learn. I have a lot of responsibility to act ethically with integrity inside and outside the classroom, comply with all campus rules. This is something I've striven for this semester, is to always act with integrity, to conduct myself ethically, and I just believe as a mission statement for us teachers to be the mission statement of the world, to be a bright beacon for the next generation. And so I look forward to learning how to achieve professional goals, setting goals, and becoming an ethical mentor, maybe even to a future teacher someday. And so that's just a lot of areas I've grown and reflected in. I'm going to continue to reflect on into my new job. And so I'm very glad to say that I have covered these topics, these standards, and I've seen growth in each and every single one. And I look forward to see the growth that continues to come in the following months and years.